just went down. All right, so let's just jump into it. Besides the announcement that went down today, we've had a pretty stacked weekend. Or not even, I can't even say weekend. It's the whole week, right? Capcom Cup IX is in the books. A week-long ass event, especially if you were the winner of the LCQ Zen, right? That was his name? Zen?
Yep.
Z-H-E-N,
right?
Bison.
Sorry, E-H-N-E-N.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
who was the lucky recipient that we talked about was like, yo, if you win losers and you play in you know, say the finals, like you are gonna be there all week. My man, not only did he win in the losers quarterfinals, but he made his way all the way to the last possible match he could possibly be in, which is of course grand finals, where in which case he lost, spoilers, and then Mena RD, first two-time Capcom winning champion, took the gold with a combination of both Birdie and Luke, made some players bleed, man. Made Ending Walker actually finally lose. Zen was on a win streak, had not lost a single match the entire
15.
way. And yeah, wait, who? Ending is 16.
15 games.
Oh, I think you're talking about the age. I was like, he's 16.
No.
Yeah, he was on a fucking tear. My man did not lose. It was until Mena, you know, chinked the armor and then, you know, put him into losers and then played him again in losers for grand finals and took home the gold. Like, it was actually like a week-long affair. I actually was asked, I don't know about you guys, but I was asked several times throughout the week, like, yo, are you still watching? Like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching Capcom Cup. It's like, still?
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm like, yeah, this shit was long.
I mean, honestly, I kind of skipped the first few days. I was like, Street Fighter League, I'll watch on the back burner. I caught like some clips online and I was like,
yeah,
all right, let's just get to Capcom Cup. Bro, I was like, it's too much. It was really just too much Street Fighter. And of all Street Fighters, I'm not the biggest fan of Street Fighter 5, but I got excited for Capcom Cup. It's pretty good. For sure. I mean, did you catch any of the LCQ static?
LCQ, I don't recall. It's so long ago. It's a week ago.
I know. It feels about a week ago. All right, yeah.
No, LCQ a little bit. Like I saw highlights or things about like Tokido not making it or Brian F saying he's out, stuff like that. I was catching more of the main event, I guess, because then I'm like, I got to Sunday morning, and I'm like, I see it saying, oh, the finale, and it says like 14 hours ago. I'm like, wait a minute, did it already end? But that was a SFL ending.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I guess I
don't care about that.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, it starts in an hour. Okay, let me go ahead and wait for that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I did.
I kind of wonder if that's just like kind of like a crap way to do it, because I feel like doing it all in 1 week and having SFL League as well, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, for the players who might have made it already to Capcom Cup, I feel like there's like a lot of your stuff just, maybe you're playing somebody that is going to be in top 16, right? You know, or whatnot. I feel like there's a lot. I feel like that's kind of problematic. Plus, I mean, that's a lot of Street Fighter over one whole week.
It is. I'm trying to figure out who it was that qualified for top 16 and come Monday was like, yeah, I got work in the morning. I can't.
Christy.
It was Christy. Okay, I was like, why am I thinking? I was like, Alex,
talked about it last
who am I
show.
thinking? Did we? Did we get a chance to talk about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
That was still like one of the big things that we were expecting was like, damn, somebody, you know, a day job, the commitment is insane. So you really had to be about it to take the whole week off. But it was a lot of Street Fighter. I was enjoying seeing a lot of Luke Fighter. Luke Fighter was great. I can't wait for Luke Fighter 6. That's gonna be awesome.
It's not the same.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. But no, overall, jokes aside, it was actually really great to see the competition, just like how much the game had evolved. You know what is going to be like. This is the bookend for Capcom when it comes to Street Fighter V. Sure, we do have majors, and Combo Breaker will be the last Street Fighter V event, community-wise, to be ran. But in terms of Capcom, like there's no other plan. Oh, excuse me. EVO Japan, but I don't know how much that's involved, right? Like EVO Japan is still not a Capcom, you know, property. It's someone else. Yeah, exactly. Like right now it's done.
Can we say for the fact that this is kind of how like Street Fighter 4 ended too? Like Elena was like the top, right? You know, when we saw her, I think she won the last tournament as well. I'm kind of seeing this pattern. I hope they don't stick to. Like, I think Tekken did a good job with remedying the whole like, new DLC just totally broken. And I thought that Capcom was going to try to do that. And they tried, but it seemed like they just built a character that was too good for this game. With the design for maybe the next game. Right. I mean, they definitely toned him down for Street Fighter 6, which is great. But like when more than half your top 16 is all the same character, you kind of have to question, especially at the end of the game. So I thought it was nice to see like a lot of the Lukes just getting kind of weeded out, like to the point where you even see NL playing Luke. Like, right, that's like what the hell is going on. I enjoyed watching people like Momochi, and I liked Ending Walker. I think Zen was probably the most interesting player to watch. Like, I was like up and down roller coaster with him. Angry Bird. Come on, man, don't do it to me.
Watching Angry Bird play Ken was awesome as well.
Dude, when he switched to Rashid, oh man, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna ruin anything, but that match versus him versus Mr. Crimson probably had to be the best match.
Shout out to Mr.
down
Crimson.
in top 8.
That was a disgust. His Dawson just never failed.
He was pushing, bro.
Astonished.
20 steps ahead.
My dude, has to. But I just want to bring it back a little bit to what Meza said earlier about how like Tekken avoided that, bro. Do you not fucking remember the top 6 Leroy shit? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Right? Tekken was not avoiding that DLC. Leroy, Akuma, Geese. I can keep going, dog. Fucking what's her name from Poland? Lydia.
You talking about Lydia? No, she got the nerf. She got the nerf.
No. But yeah, they had to do quick because fucking look what happened with Leroy. Like shit. But regardless, yeah, like to see characters like Luke being the one, right, that came out. Who would have guessed that it would have come out at the end of it to be like so potent, right? Count it 1, 2, 3. ABC straight up Sesame Street should sponsor the man. And it's probably because that's like how far Luke players can actually. Ed players can actually count. Oh, got him. But no, it was really cool to see just like the end game character selection. It was still a good variety though. Yes, I know there was a million Lukes. That's fine, but Luke is kind of like a bit of an anomaly. It's been long since kind of not understood but suspected that he was never planned for Street Fighter V, right? Things like Coven and such. He was a Street Fighter 6 character that got ported to Street Fighter V, not the other way around. So that's that's a little different. Everything that was built about him was not supposed to be what was in 5, but they had to come up with something, so it ended up being Luke. We all thought 11 was gonna be it kind of made sense, but then they just threw him on afterwards, and it's like okay, so we'll just do that. But regardless, Capcom Cup 9 in the books. It was still an incredible ride. It was fun to watch, incredible moments, and let's not take that away. There was still like incredible hype moments. I may have been chilling on the couch, but trust, the hype was still an all-time high for me.
That I really highly suggest. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but Ending Walker versus Idom was such a banger of a match.
It was such a banger.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. It's funny because like I was sitting there and I was rooting for Ending Walker, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, man, this kid's got it, right? But then I started noticing some things. You start noticing some things that, as an experienced player, you're just like, you're doing a little extra. You're taking
looking like Rob here.
Well, no, he was taking a lot of. So there was like a lot of stuff that Rob was telling me in the situation. He was like, no, like that's a setup, this and that. And I'm like, but like that's so unnecessary. Like some of the things that he was doing were very high risk, like very little reward. But he was just like, it's a young mentality, right?
Not just that, it's taking advantage of the fear, but it's also the jankiness of Ed. Like, it's really hard to punish. That button is kind of stupid. And then
you can't punish it.
Not button, it's special. Exactly, but at the same time, it's also like, do I take my turn, or do I eat this crouch fierce, or do I eat this EX uppercut? Like, it's so ridiculous. And what did Idom do? He just said, "Well, I don't want to spoil it."
Yeah, don't ruin it.
At the same time, no spoilers. But
like I said,
Idom picked a character that ended up doing random things, and random meant random. You'll see what happens. So
I will say, I should talk Street Fighter V a lot. I really do, and I still will play the game. It's not a big deal. But I will say this: the one thing that really caught my eye was I was like, man, this is actually entertaining. I don't know what the hype was. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just the commentators. I still have some problems with. I think we really need to have a desk that's low to the ground. Because of the stuff that they were trying to do, it felt like being high up there just didn't make any sense to me. being so far away from certain things, but it was still entertaining. You could feel a lot of the hype from the commentators. You could feel a lot of the hype from the fact that you can even hear the crowd sometimes. I think that the thing that was notable, and I'll say this last thing, the thing that for me was notable was listening to some of the players talk about their current experiences. And I think that ending Walker probably was my favorite, because he was like, yo, I can't be here without my parents. Like, they're the reason why I'm here. Like, I couldn't, and he also said, like, these players play at the same level that I didn't think I was playing at. And being in EU, like maybe they were playing at a different level or something, or had a different style. No, he was like, it's pretty familiar, so I feel pretty comfortable. So I just thought those interviews kind of gave some better insight with these players, which made me feel more like I can like these players a little bit more.
For sure. The one thing I just want to tack on, and we'll move on, is also the talks of, you guys were talking about Ed earlier, and kind of the abusive nature of some of the moves, like 1, 2, 3 and such, and the setups and all that. And you know what? As I was watching this young man come in and just do what he was doing the unheard of against some of these players, these vets, new vets, old vets, and all I could think about was like, damn, this shit is 2017 Mena RD all over again, with how he was destroying Tokido with Birdie and that turnaround and causing all kinds of a ruckus that no one knew. And the same potential was there. It was just, slightly short on that one. But it's also because the competition was even more fierce this year than it was in 2017. And that's what I think also.
That was his third event.
That was his third event.
Third major event.
He had won all the World Warriors, like 11 of them or some shit. Like, he won all of them. Like, the kid is a menace. This was just the start of it. There's gonna be way more to him. Come Street Fighter 6, we'll see how well he adapts. I mean, Ed's in it, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's gonna continue the legacy and be one of the first, of the new generation players for the new generation characters. Man, it's kind of righting itself right now. But at the end of the day, once again, Men RD taking it. We'll talk about, of course, the announcement and all the extra stuff as to why we're all Street Fighter 6 mains. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But besides that, in terms of Street Fighter news, Street Fighter VR, funny enough, like the episode before with Jabali, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, we had Alex Jabali randomly on the episode on the show last week. Go check out that episode. We talk about a lot of TO stuff, CEO, which we're all, well, actually, I think two out of 3 of us right now are going. I'm not 100% sure on Mezzo at the moment. Mike, who knows? We'll find out.
Maybe last minute.
Yeah, we'll see. He might come in as the anime hero